So um, when I had played this game before, I think I was focusing on having her have the ball actually touch my legs before she got the
Mm-hmm.
treat.
Right.
So
I
any thoughts on that?
No, I love what you're doing, pushing, using the jumps as a thing to, work around. Um, we've done things like that where we'll set out the jumps or we set out the chairs. Sandy's talked those kind of games before where you're doing that pushing around things to help the dog learn finesse. Uh, that's a nice one to especially to teach that finesse that we like our strong pushers to get. Um,
So yeah, what techniques do you use to shape that finesse? You know, when they like
um,
push it like crazy right past you.
right, and it's things like what you have right there. You're doing where you're helping that dog push through things, and they have to keep because you're right. That goal of we work very hard on the criteria is that ball has to hit me. In competition, yes, you've got a great big goal, but when we train, that ball hits me, and you're not done until that ball hits me. um,
So that's what you do every
every
time you
time
train.
when we're training, yes,
Starting
that's
from the
it.
very beginning, or you
From
mean
the
once
very
they've?
beginning, from the very, very beginning, the from the as soon as we've got that dog doing some form of getting the idea to put that head down and push that thing, because we do start with, just stuff, buckets, all kinds of things that they can be pushing.
Right.
We stay very close, and the goal is you hit me, you push into me. And so when we run exercises like this, where we're going through different things, we're pushing around chairs, the person will stay relatively close but keep moving backwards so that the dog keeps pushing so that that course changes. But their goal is always to hit the person. Because kind of my theory was a goal might look like any number of things down the road when we have trials that we go to. um, the goal might look like anything, but you will always be the same person. And yes, someday there could be games where we want them to push it away from us, but we don't have those games yet, so I'll rethink it down the road. But that helps the dog really, they're really aiming for a tight point, for a criteria. So that helps them all stay on track. But what we see, so we definitely have in our group, we have some real power pushers.
You have a situation where the dog is pushing it, 4 or 5 feet wide from you. You get closer. Is that what you do
I
at that point?
if they're continuously pushing wide of me, um, we're going to go way back to the beginning with little bitty short pushes, and the criteria for the mark and reward is going to be that ball hitting me. And the first pushes, it might only be a foot or two, so I know they get success. They punch that ball, it hits me. And the moment it hits me, I mark and reward. And then I start adding a little distance, and little by little until they really learn that new criteria of, oh, not anywhere in the vicinity of me, they've got to hit me. And that's where you'll really see the dogs once they really start to hone on, wow, the thing that gets me the reward is when that ball bounces off of my person.
Mm-hmm.
They start really focusing in.
Here is one of our new people, and she's working on her skills test. So she's been focusing on multiple pushes.
Sure.
And so It's maybe a little bit. So what advice would you offer to this person and this dog? Oopsie.
I would probably bring it in closer, meaning person and ball a little closer together. And the other thing that we have become oh so careful about is what is actually your mark to the dog that says, yes, you did a good thing. So often, I don't know, I think somehow to me it seems easier in tri-ball. We get so excited, yay, you're pushing the ball. We want to cheer the dog on. And many of our dogs take that cheering to mean, and in the way it does, yay, you did a good thing, yay, you did it. And then they want to run in and get their treat or their tug reward, whatever it is. Okay, your screen kind of froze, Monica. So what often happens when we're cheering the dog on, what we've done is we've muddied what marks their behavior, that's exactly what you want them to do. And they'll pull off the ball and come running into us. So we keep the distance short, and we make sure that we don't say anything rewarding to the dog. We give them their cue to push, and as soon as that ball hits us, that's when we use whatever is our mark, our click, our good, our yes. For some of us in our class, it's yay. And then we reward the dog with whatever the reward is. And that keeps, okay, Monica's mic is out. That keeps the dog focused on what they're supposed to be doing, and it helps them really parse out, I need to get the ball to hit that person. Yes, I will keep talking. So that's the kind of thing that we work on in the early stage. We want the dog to think, my goal is to make that ball hit the person. And we make sure we don't do anything that really kind of miscues the dog as to what is the right thing until that ball hits. And we keep ourselves close until the dog really understands their job is to make that ball hit us. And then we start stepping back little by little so that the dog keeps understanding, even though it's a little further, my goal is still to get it to them. Okay.